Good morning guys and welcome to another episode of The Homecoming with me, James from the Football Manager WizKids. Today we dissect another 5 games in short description, but first off, bring you the news that Rolando Aarons returns to the squad after an injury. Now this guy's a kid that I want to really develop, turn into something special. He's got a few attributes that can really help him along the way. He has been called up by the England under-21s recently, but whenever he gets fit enough to get back in my team, he tends to get injured pretty soon after, and I can't really use him. As you can see, this season so far, 1 start, 6 sub appearances, and that's really because he's not been fit enough to start games. Okay, so let's get into the games and dissect them individually, one by one, and see how we're getting on recently. So the next game was Aston Villa away, where we drew 1-1. It was not much to say about this really, other than Gini Wijnaldum scored his first goal, which that was surprising. I expected a bit more from him, to be honest. I expected him to be a creative player. I have changed his role, which I'm going to show you shortly. I've changed a few player roles around due to long-term injuries. We have currently got Daro Janmaat, a first-team right-back, out for 2 months. Luciano Narsing, a first-team / bench player, out for 3 months. And the big injury that's disappointing is Alexander Mitrovic has broke his leg, and he is out for 6 months minimum. So it's going to be a long time, probably next season, before we see Mr. Mitrovic back in amongst the first team and in amongst the goals. So the Aston Villa game was pretty boring, I must say. There was not much to it. They did score around the 70th minute. I think it was from a corner or a free kick, and that is about it regarding the game at Villa Park. Now, the November goal of the month went to Siem de Jong, which I uploaded for you to YouTube to see, which got around 150 views, I think. It was a corner by Gini Wijnaldum, knocked over the edge of the area by one of my players, and Siem de Jong done an overhead kick. If you haven't checked it out, check out my YouTube channel and you will see it. Fantastic goal on this save from Siem de Jong. He got the November goal of the month. And the next match we went to a home tie against Everton. This was bitterly disappointing. A Romelu Lukaku hat-trick absolutely killed us. We went 2-0 down pretty quickly, and I changed things at half-time, and within 30 seconds of the restart after half-time, Lukaku has scored his third, Everton's third, and his hat-trick, taking home the match ball. The defending was absolutely shambolic, and we got absolutely caned by Romelu Lukaku individually. Star rating for him. Great player. Great goal scorer, and 100% man of the match in that game. Next up was Spurs away, where we tried to tweak things and we ended up getting absolutely smashed 4-0. The tactical decisions made were poor choices and they backfired, and we didn't really play well at all. This was the game where Mitrovic broke his leg, so a 4-0 defeat and your star striker having a broken leg, a bad day at the office, a bad day at White Hart Lane, and a bad afternoon in London. The FA Cup third round was drawn after this. We got a kind tie away to Halifax, so that'll be a great opportunity to play some young players, and hopefully we can do quite well there and progress to the 4th round. We expect to, we hope to, and we'll probably review that in the next video. Then we came up against Swansea, where I reverted back to similar tactics prior to the Tottenham game. Changed a few things here and there, and we played Swansea at home and we got a good 2-1 win at home to them. Fabrizio Colcini and Ayoze Perez scoring the goals. They did pull one back, and it was quite a nervy last 20 minutes in that game. Now, prior to the Leeds game, Moussa Sissoko, he had contributed to 19 goals in his 18 games with 10 goals and 9 assists. And there he goes. As you can see, he's done quite well this season with a 7.49 average so far. 19 games, 10 goals, 1 penalty and 9 assists. 3 man of the matches, and valued at 16.25 million. And we have Paris Saint-Germain hovering around Moussa Sissoko. Hopefully we don't leave, but I did tell him if they match the valuation of myself, he can go. If not, he will stay, so hopefully he understands that. And I'd rather have no bids, to be honest. He's 25 years old. Probably the best player in my team, and he's fantastic, and I'd like to keep him around. And the final game before this recording was a Capital One Cup quarter-final match away to Leeds United that actually saw us go 2-0 down. And as you know, we signed Alex Mowat from Leeds United for a big fee of 7 million. Well, I had to start him. I gave him a game. I started him. He's been disappointing so far. He's not really done a great deal. He's been injured quite a lot. But he did start this game, and he was so bad, I hooked him at half-time and brought Wijnaldum on the field. Musa Sissoko did miss a penalty in this match, but at 2-0 down, we had to change it up. We had to attack. We had to go for it. And we got it back to 2-2. We went 3-2 up. Then we went 3-3. Went to extra time. It went to penalties. Ron Vlaar, who only got, I think, a 5.9 in this game, was absolutely shocking. He ended up scoring the winning penalty to send me through to the semi-finals of the Capital One Cup. Now, in this game, I set up my set-piece instructions, which I do at the start of the season, and I also tweak them throughout. Now, I have Fabrizio Colaccini attacking the near post. I have Chancel Mbemba attacking the far post. But this time, 3 corners in a row. As you can see in the last 2 matches against Swansea and Leeds, Colaccini has scored 3 goals. All 3 of them were headers from attacking the near post. I uploaded a video to show you him scoring the goal against Swansea, and then he went and done it twice in the game after. Guys, set pieces are vitally important from corners and free kicks. They're not just there not to be used. I guess the normal gamer who'll play for 3-4 hours a week, they will not be too fussed about it. They're just there to play a game, load up for an hour a day. But the avid Football Manager player, the diehards, the ones that have been playing it for years, they will do this. And I do it, and it does work, guys. So tweak about with your set pieces. Even in pre-season, look to see where you're going wrong. Play 10 games in pre-season, you'll find out where you're going wrong or what you need to tweak and adjust. But that was me setting the attack near post, and I showed you a goal on YouTube. Check it out, of him scoring that goal. And as I say, he went on to score 2 more. So that's 5 goals in total from the skipper Colaccini now this season. The Capital One Cup draw was done after this game, a 2-legged tie, semi-final. The teams left in it were Newcastle United, Manchester United, Stoke and Swansea. I have drawn a double header against Swansea, which I'm pleased with that, and Manchester United will play Stoke. So we've got a good chance to try and make the final there, but Swansea had a tough game, but we've already beat them this season, so we can beat them again, I'm sure. Manchester United v Stoke, my friend Chris Morgan, Stoke City, diehard. I'm sure he'll be taking an interest in the save, and I'm sure I'll be wanting myself to meet Stoke in the final. And I hope to get to the final, so we will see with that. The next review will come, and we'll be away to Norwich next. Then against Watford, who were high flyers in 4th position after a few games. Then a tough double header against Chelsea, Manchester United, both away before going to Halifax. Then a couple of home games against West Ham, West Brom. And then you can see the double header in the Capital One Cup against Swansea. Then another tough double header against Arsenal and Liverpool. So just before we go, I will show you the league table as it stands. So as you can see, after a barren few games, we did get back to a win, and we sit in 11th place, only 6 points off 5th place. So I'm pretty pleased with that so far. I know it doesn't look good, but there were not that many points actually off of a good target of top 8, I guess, top 6 maybe. We have been conceding too many goals. I believe we've conceded the most, or second most, other than Crystal Palace in the division, which I'm not happy about that. I'll look to sort that, but we have been scoring a few goals, and I believe we are, I think, the 3rd highest scorers in the league, which is also a good thing. So 11th position, Watford over excelling, Palace, Stoke, who are surprisingly in the Cup semi-final, and Swansea that far down also, and Villa rock bottom. That is surprising. The new clubs, Bournemouth sitting 14th, we've already said Watford are sitting 6th, and Norwich sitting 10th who I play next. It's a weird season, but at the top of the league is Manchester City, 2 points clear of Arsenal and Manchester United. But that's the league table so far, and just before we end the video, we'll show you some players' player stats of the season so far. So there we go, highest rating so far after 12 or so games in the Premier League is 8.9 Sergio Aguero, 7.72, and a delightful Jack Callback, 7.68. Goals, Sergio Aguero, Romelu Lukaku topped the way with 15 and 11 respectively. Wayne Rooney, Willie Bonifred and Christian Benteke just behind them, 10, 10 and 9. Assists Troy Deeney, not bad for a striker. 8 Mrs. Sissoko, 7 in the league so far. Roberto Firmino also up there. So that's the video so far wrapped up, guys. I'll be back again soon. Remember to check out Football Manager WizKids on Facebook, James Beattie from the Football Manager WizKids on YouTube, at the FM WizKids on Twitter, and you will find us in those places and everywhere else around the community. Thanks very much for checking out the video. This is the Homecoming. I'm James, we're the WizKids, and we are the Toon Army.